Hi, welcome to another reading vlog. It's Monday night. Today I just slammed through and finished like 320 pages of Wicked Fox. I finished it. Which I was not expecting to do today, but the ending went really fast. This was great. This was so much fun. So this is a Korean modern fantasy, urban fantasy, paranormal fantasy, following Gumiyoung, who is a Gumiho or a nine-tailed fox, and Jihoon, who's a normal boy but ends up kind of with her bead, like her fox bead where her soul lives. It's very dramatic. But you can tell it reads like a K-drama. So like, it's meant to be dramatic. It's fine. This was so entertaining though. It was really fast paced. It went by zoom zoom zoom. I really can't wait for book 2. I think it's going to be very entertaining. Very entertaining. This was so much fun. I'm going to go to bed now because it's not late, it's like 10:30. But I'm not going to start anything else tonight, but I will set up like bookmarks and things. So I'm currently 13 for 13 for January. Tomorrow I need to go to the library to pick up the Tea Dragon Festival, which is coming to the library for me. I have some things that should be arriving in the mail this week, some new releases. And then tomorrow I'm going to start on audiobook Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, and in physical copy Love Boat Taipei. So that's my plan for tomorrow, and I want to set those up now with bookmarks, etc. And then I'm going to go to bed, so I will see you tomorrow. It's been a day and a bit, I think, since I talked to you. I just got emotionally and physically busy. But it is Wednesday night. I just got home from work. I'm going to go have some dinner in a second, but I got some packages. So 2 things that I've already read. These are the last of the 3 audiobooks that were on my best of 2019 list that I bought physically, and also 2 things I'm hoping to read this month. So the 2 things that I've already read, we have An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard. This is a modern fantasy magic kind of story. I loved it. The sequel comes out this year, so I definitely wanted to get my hands on a physical copy of this. I loved this book. It was so good. And then I also picked up If We Were Villains by Emma Rio. I did not know this had black sprayed edges, which makes this edition like extra stunning. This is a dark academia novel, which is also amazing. The 2 that I bought that I'm really excited to read, I'm hoping to read this first one this week, and that is Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. This is a Tor.com, I think it's a Tor.com novella. Yes, it's a Tor.com novella. I'm loving the novella releases from Tor.com at the moment. They're all just so fascinatingly interesting. The sequel to this is also coming out this year. It's only like 105 pages, so I'm hoping to read that this week, probably straight after the book I'm currently reading, which is book I'm currently reading is Love Boat Taipei. So once I finish that, I'll probably jump to Silver in the Wood. The other one is The Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hackworth. This sounds so cool. So essentially, books that aren't finished by their authors reside in the Library of the Unwritten in hell. But when restless characters who emerge from those unfinished stories escape, it is up to the librarian to track them down and keep the collection complete. This is the start of a series. The Hell's Library is the name of the series. Amanda Hackworth. AJ Hackworth. I thought it was a man, but it's a lady. Nice. Apparently, I think it was Heather from Aphrodite Reads rated this at 5 stars today. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to read this month as well. But because it is backlist, it's not the highest priority, but I think I can do it. So I'm hoping to read these 2 this month. And obviously I've already finished, I already read these 2 like last year. So currently I'm listening to Steelheart. I'm almost done. I have some chores to do tonight, so I'll definitely finish it tonight. And then I'm physically reading Love Boat Taipei. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm enjoying it as much as other people are, and I feel like it's because the content of the contemporary isn't exactly what I thought it would be, or kind of what vibes with me best in contemporary. I think it's just not vibing with me super well. It's good, but it's not great for me. I just think I'm not connecting well with the character, and I think it's because she has a lot of body issues. Not just body issues, but she's very self-conscious about what her family will think about her. And it's a lot about family rebellion, and that isn't something I'm particularly familiar with. My parents are pretty chill people, and I rarely worry about what they think, very rarely. So, like, take into consideration, but I live my life, right? Yeah. Like, I'm not obsessive in that way. And I can understand it's a cultural thing and dealing with like a specific type of parent, but I can't relate at all. And it's just making it hard to get fully absorbed, if that makes sense. Like, it's fun, but I don't know. It wasn't what I was expecting, so I'm gonna try and get most of the way through that tonight. I have to go pick Josie up from the airport tomorrow morning really early, so I want to try and listen to basically all of On the Drive to the Airport, The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky, which I have mixed feelings about reading, but hey, I wanted something short on audiobook, and it's short and on audiobook. So we're gonna read that. That's the novella short story that was a pre-order incentive for The Ladies Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. We all know Mackenzie Lee is a bit meh. Yeah, but I'm vaguely interested in continuing this series. I won't read probably anything else by her. I just don't have any interest in anything else. But I'm vaguely interested in picking up this short. So we'll do that on the drive tomorrow. And hopefully finish Love Boat Taipei tomorrow as well. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but miracles could happen. Who knows? And then when I do finish it, we're going to start in on this. Alright, so while finishing my chores, I did finish the audiobook for... Was that a bird? So this is Steelheart. I did finish it. So I slammed through this in the last 2 days. This is something bounded past my window and the cat's so curious, but I didn't see what it was. It might have been a bird, but no, it could have been another cat. I'm not sure. Oh, she's over it now. It must be gone. This is a sci-fi story following our main character is David, and then they're in this world where suddenly a burst in the sky gave ordinary men and women extraordinary powers. And when you get these powers and use them, you go a bit mental and you want to control people and be villains. So obviously Steelheart is one of these epic villains, and he's entirely made of like metal. He's impenetrable. But our main character David once saw him bleed, and he's trying to figure out what is his... Everyone has their like fatal flaw, I guess. All of these epics have the one thing they're like sensitive to, and he's desperate to find out what Steelheart's is and why he saw him bleed this one time, to figure out how he could possibly kill him. And it was really fun. I think I'm settling on a 4 stars. I do think it's not perfect. And I think most of that's to do with the main character, David. So this is kind of the predecessor to Skyward, if that makes sense, in the types of stories Brandon Sanderson tells. It's high fantasy, normally third person perspective, and they're really big and huge in scope, but his young adult, which this was originally published as in the US, I believe, is generally told in first person, and has a much more like sassy narrative. For Skyward, that kind of works. Both Spencer in Skyward and David in this are somewhat unlikable. Spencer's very dramatic for like no reason, and David kind of is as well. He's over the top dramatic. I think he keeps talking about these metaphors. He's like obsessed with making metaphors that are pretty shit, and it is reflected on in the narrative. But yeah, I think the perspective in this doesn't work as well as Spencer's does. And even Spencer's can get on my nerves from time to time. Like, she can be a bit much, especially in like heavy exposition world building sections. David wasn't as bad in that factor, but this I guess has less world building because it's not a full sci-fi space. It's like sci-fi but in real world, so it's relying on a lot of existing world building, is that what you would call it? But so this is throwing off my white balance for some reason. But it's still, why does this building look like a butt plug? Like, sorry, but whoever designed that, it's a butt plug. The like world and the plot twist at the end were all great, but yeah, the narration was not my absolute fave. I'm settling on a 4 because I was invested enough, and I think what's kind of settling me on my new rating system is a 4 would be something I really enjoyed. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I'm invested in it. I felt connected to it enough that I would happily continue the series and want to continue the series. A 3-star would be something that I thought was good, but didn't engage me enough to make me want to continue. If there was a second book, or is a second book, I won't continue 3-star books into more in the series. And a 2 stars, like, there were things actively not wrong, like not right with it. Not just, it was not interesting enough for me to continue, if that makes sense. So this definitely falls into that 4-star category. Like, I do really want to continue, especially considering all the twists and turns in the end. But I do think David's narration is a bit, is it on the nose? I don't know. It's a bit strange. But overall, I did have a good time reading this. I'm going to go work on, I'm going to go sit down under the aircon with a big glass of water and keep working on Love Boat Type A. I'm not loving this. I think I talked about this before, but hopefully it'll pick up for me and I'll start to feel more connected to the main character, but I'm just not loving it yet. I wish I did. I wish I did. It's way too early for me to be up. Please. We're doing this. So I did not read as much of Love Boat Type A as I'd intended. I read like maybe 50-ish pages, but this morning, obviously when you saw me, I was getting up early and I drove to pick up Jessie from the airport, so I listened to all of the Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky on the way. I've given it 4 stars. I obviously don't agree with a lot of Mackenzie Lee's drama. Like, I agree that she's a bit shit considering a lot of the, I don't want to say drama because like that sounds really like condescending, but she's definitely written some problematic stuff, including in this series. But this is very fun. I had a good time with it. It kind of like made me squeal a little, but I will say, like, I think it very much walks the border between women fetishizing male romance and sex. it's like right on the borderline, especially seeing the dedication says thank you to fanfiction for the sex education I didn't get in school, and that makes me like, you feel. But this was fun, it was cute, it's very fade to black, but it's sweet. Like it should be fade to black, it really should be. But it was good. I thought like I just enjoyed it. It wasn't good, like it was just a novella, a little romantic novella, but it was fun and I had a good time reading it. So I finished that today, so we're still 16 for 16. Then I listened to half of Malamander by Thomas Taylor, which is a middle grade novel. And I'm loving it. We follow Herbie Lemon, who's 12, and he is the lost and founder at this hotel in this little kind of village, I guess. He works at the hotel looking after all the lost and found items. And this girl who's about his age comes in, and she's an item that was lost in the hotel. She was a baby that was found, and her parents had disappeared. And then it's kind of like the mystery of her and her parents, and then the Malamander, which is like this mysterious creature that the town's kind of famous for. And it's just very good so far. Like, I am loving it. The narration is great. The only thing I will say is that obviously because it's an adult narrating, you can easily forget that Herbie is 12. Obviously Violet, the girl, and the voice that gets put on for Violet, I never forget that she's 12, but I forget that Herbie's 12. But it's a middle grade, so I think it's just one of the first middle grades I've actually listened to on audiobook. And I think it's something I'll have to consider in the future, of like, these narrators are still adults and talk like adults, especially a lot of middle grades are first person narration. So obviously he's got to use his normal narrator voice for the majority of the novel. You wouldn't want to put on a voice the whole way through. That would be very frustrating. But it does mean that the character reads older. But I just got to keep remembering, Herbie's 12. Or 12-ish, as he likes to say, because he also kind of like was lost and found. I get as far through Love Boat Taipei as I planned, but I definitely aim to finish it tomorrow. I was wanting to finish it today, but it's going to be tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm also going to try and finish Malamander tomorrow. That is where we're at. And then on the weekend, I want to read. I do have some books coming tomorrow as well. I have Get a Life, Chloe Brown, coming tomorrow, I believe. I don't know the book. But I want to read Silver in the Wood on the weekend. As well as maybe The Night Country. Maybe Library of the Unwritten. Probably The Night Country. Maybe both. Maybe both. Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I also would like to read this month if I get time. And then I have more new releases that are on the way. So, but I think there might be next week issues. Though there might be one that might get in for the weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still confident that I can continue. If I finish Malamander tomorrow, and then Love Boat Taipei and Silver in the Wood, we're still like on par for the weekend. And I don't even have to finish the next thing, but I would love to also finish the next book as well. So yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, I forgot to say last night, but while I'm finishing my coffee, I just wanted to say the reason I didn't read much last night was because we were watching AJ and the Queen, which is the new Netflix show with RuPaul. And it was great. I missed maybe the first 3 or 4 episodes because Jessie had already seen them, so we kind of jumped in partway through the season. But I think I missed the first 3. But it was super cute and super fun, very funny. Like obviously cameos and stuff are cheesy, but like The relationship between AJ and Ruby was really sweet. The overall plot was great and lots of funny lines. I kind of got invested into that, but we are finished now. So I did like, yeah, we kind of marathoned that, and I was too invested to read while it was on. Today could also be a weird reading day because Manic by Halsey. Why is my focus going weird today? Manic by Halsey comes out today. It's out in Australia. It was midnight locally today, so we've got it. I don't think other places necessarily have it yet, but we have it on Apple Music. So I'm going to be listening to that a lot of the day when I would normally listen to an audiobook, but I think I'm going to try and finish Malamanda first so I don't get fully distracted. And then listen to Manic like all afternoon, so that'll be fun. But once I've read Malamanda, that's kind of the tick on that. My next plan for audiobook after that is either We Used to Be Friends by Amy Spalding or Burn the Dark by S.A. Hunt. I also have the Audible, I have an Audible credit for Fowler's Fair by Hannah Capin, and that's also in. So kind of have a couple of stuff that are new releases on the back burner ready to go after Malamanda. And the only other backlist audiobook I'd like to get to this month, which like if I don't, that's fine, is The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. That's also in my library saved. Hopefully we can maybe get to that. But I'm halfway through Malamanda, which means I have like 2.5 full speed, normal speed hours left. So like half of that. And then yeah, we might, oh, Burn the Dark's not available till February. Okay, I must have overstayed my Scribd welcome. I'm on my free one. That's not fair. Oh, Luminous Dead's not available yet either. We Used to Be Friends is still fine, so I'll probably listen to We Used to Be Friends next. And then flick back to that other one. Fowler's Fair. There are a couple of other new releases, I guess, that are on my radar. Like on my Audible wish list, really. So I have on my wish list Spellhacker by MK England, Rogue Princess by B.R. Myers, Seventh Son by Lenny Forbes, Don't Read the Comments by Ari Smith, and Diamond City by Francesca Flores are also on my wish list that will come out this month. Oh, Rogue Princess might come out next month. But so I can also, when they come out, we'll also be looking at those, seeing as now those other ones aren't available this month. Okay, I'm gonna go finish getting ready and I'll go to work. I'm gonna try and finish Malamanda. So today I finished Malamanda. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was a great middle grade. It's now Friday night. I'm about to go to bed, but I'm currently working on a novella, a short story, on my phone. But I'm gonna go to bed now. The Malamanda I thought was just so entertaining. It's really well written. The narrator is great. I do think I had to really get used to the fact that the narrator's 12 but sounds like an adult, just because of the fact that I was listening to an audiobook. But the plot was so fun and I loved it. I just really enjoyed my time reading it. So I gave the Malamanda 5 stars. And then also today I finished Love Boat Taipei, which unfortunately I'm giving 3 stars. Though it's not bad by any means. I think my problem with this is there are some themes, kind of plot points, which are not my favorite. And I have talked a lot before about how contemporaries are like not a reliable genre for me. I don't just like old contemporaries. Some really work for me and others don't. This was something I thought I would really like, but I thought it was going to be more, I don't know, not what this was. This ended up being a lot of coming of age drama, cultural stuff. The cultural stuff I really enjoyed. What I didn't really appreciate or like was the I guess it's it's hard to explain. There's definitely a lot of slut shaming, and it definitely tries to overcome the girl on girl hate issue, but we do see a major instance of major slut shaming, and invasion of privacy, and almost basically like verbal assault, I would guess. It's kind of like revenge porn. Essentially, there's kind of an instance of revenge porn, kind of, and the whole drama leading up to that and then dealing with that, I didn't really like. I liked the romance in the end, but I didn't like its progression that much. I found its progression kind of boring. Just in that, like, I didn't feel the chemistry consistently, if that makes sense. That's kind of a love triangle, but I didn't strongly feel the chemistry the whole time between main character Eva and either of the other main character, like the two love interests. I only felt it at the specific times that we were talking about the romance, if that makes sense, and just meh. But by the end it was cute, and it did have a good kind of like overall message, if that makes sense. So basically, Love Boat Taipei follows our main character Eva, who is Chinese American, and she really wants to be a dancer, but her parents want her to be a doctor. There's a bit of a scuffle and conflicting ideals, and then her parents decide to send her to Taipei for a summer program, and then she finds out it's Love Boat Taipei, where really she thinks it's going to be super strict rules, but really it's where a lot of Asian American kids get sent to kind of matchmake, I guess. And it's very dramatic. I almost expected it to be more sassy, less dramatic, I think is part of the problem. So I enjoyed this. It was good. I don't think I'll read. I think it's anticipated to have a book 2, and I don't think I will read that. But I would definitely read more from Abigail Hingwen in the future, maybe with some different themes. I did enjoy all the cultural aspects and like the coming of age components. I just really wasn't a fan of the romance. Like I was ambivalent to the romance, and I wasn't a fan of the slut shaming revenge porn component. So it's getting a 3 stars from me. But I am currently reading this short story by Zhi Yang, which is called Waiting on a Bright Moon. It's a Tor.com short story, which is on Scribd, so I'm listening to that. Tomorrow I'm planning to read Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh and The Test by Sylvain Neuvel, and also starting The Night Country. Is my plan. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Oh, I got some books today, which I won't show you. I might save them for my haul, actually, but I did get this very cute bookmark in them, which is so adorable. Anyway, I'm gonna finish reading this short story, and then I'm gonna go to bed, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. So it's Saturday night. I've ended up actually reading a heap today, so let's run through it. I finished Waiting for a Bright Moon by Zhi Yang, which is a short story sci-fi revolutionary queer little story. It was very sweet. It kind of had some similar elements to the 5th season, which I really enjoyed. It was great, very fun. Just short and sweet and bittersweet. Very like sad and cute. Then I read Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh, which is a novella kind of looking at like the green man in the wood mythology, and it was gorgeous. I gave it 5 stars. It was beautiful, very atmospheric. It had like gorgeous, like, yeah, atmosphere. It was really strong in the atmosphere, and it had a male romance, I guess. It was really sweet as well. And then I also read The Test by Sylvain Neuvel, which is another novella, which focuses on the British citizenship test. It fucked up. I gave it 5 stars. It was very good. A bit major mindfuck. But that exists and I read it. I've also read 180 pages of The Night Country by Melissa Albert, which is the sequel to The Hazelwood. Guys, this is so entertaining. This is so fun. Again, super atmospheric. It's dark and creepy, which The Hazelwood was, but I feel like, so a lot of people talk about how The Hazelwood kind of feels like it's split into two parts. I think it might even be literally split into two parts. And the first part and the second part have very different vibes. But that's because there's a big reveal and it kind of like totally twists the way the story goes. And this is kind of the atmosphere of the second half, which is my favorite half. A lot of people prefer the first half and then got kind of blindsided by the second half. I was met on the first half, loved the second half. And this is just like a whole book of the second half. It's very dark, very eerie, very atmospheric. And I am really enjoying my time reading this. It's just, it's a lot. It's so dark and twisty and fairy tale-y as The Hazelwood is, but really pushes that like fairy tales aren't nice. And these fairy tales especially don't have the same kind of like moral caveat. And it's just like so good. I can't wait to see how it ends in the final just less than half, which I'm definitely gonna read tomorrow. But yeah, this has been so good so far. I've flown through it. It's been so easy to read and fly through and just very entertaining, and you will definitely be finishing this tomorrow. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, once again, I forgot to update this vlog right at the last moment. It's Monday morning, but technically almost Monday afternoon. I've got the day off today. I'm taking Jessie in for his surgery today. So I took the day off work, so I've been reading today, and I'm going to try and read a lot today. Yesterday I did finish The Night Country by Melissa Albert, which is the sequel to The Hazelwood. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It's much darker overall, I think, than The Hazelwood. I think I was talking about how The Hazelwood's kind of split into two parts, and the second part is much darker than the first part, even though the whole bit's kind of dark. This really like rode on the second half. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. It was top notch. It is all like mystical, doesn't really make sense, but like you just gotta roll with it, and it's great fun. Now I'm reading, actually, you know what, I'll save that for the next vlog. I'll tell you what I'm reading now in the next vlog. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I still don't know how I'm like on par reading 22 of like more than a book a day so far, and I'm scared, but we're gonna try and continue it up for at least all of January. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video. Bye.